Okay, before I begin today's video, I want to state if you don't like long videos, then this is probably not going to be the video for you. You might want to bypass this video. And this is part 2 to the conversation I was having with you guys yesterday on the status of Shannon Sharpe and Fox Sports 1. Okay, here we are in September. Still no word on whether or not Shannon Sharpe has signed an extension with Fox Sports 1. A lot of insiders and a lot of articles are stating the following. They're still in talks. They're still in negotiations. Negotiations are healthy. But Shannon Sharpe is wanting a raise for his extension. Now, he's making $3 million a year. That's less than what Skip Bayless is making currently, particularly in Skip Bayless' new deal. Now, I listed a lot of reasonings why I feel like negotiations are going to be tough, because neither side is budging and neither side wants to sacrifice something here and there just to get this extension going and ultimately getting Shannon Sharpe to sign the extension. Okay, so both sides are not budging. Shannon Sharpe agent is not budging. Shannon Sharpe is not budging, and Fox Sports 1 is definitely not budging. Okay, so also listed in yesterday's video, which you can go check out that video for yourself. I felt like Skip Bayless could have easily solved this very easily by stating, look, when I sign my contract, I want you guys to have Shannon Sharpe deal signed as well if he co-signs to Shannon Sharpe. But there's reasonings behind why Skip Bayless has not been putting it out in the atmosphere. You know, Skip Bayless has not went in articles or on social media promoting Shannon Sharpe or getting Fox Sports 1 to get Shannon Sharpe deal done. He didn't even say it in his own negotiations, which, by the way, there was a possibility that ESPN could have stolen Fox Sports Skip Bayless away from Fox Sports 1, like what Fox Sports 1 did to ESPN. But I felt like the only way that would have happened if ESPN would have just gave Skip Bayless a blank check and say, hey, just write whatever amount you want on there. But Disney has really tightened the purse straps on ESPN. And Disney is saying, look, you guys are on a budget now, all right? And I also told you guys about sports media, sports entertainment is not the big entertainment that be on the front page. Is more so on the back end of the page. And you know, sports entertainment and sports media has become a niche market, a niche concept. I also explained to you guys the reasoning why I came to that conclusion. And I felt like two things: the pandemic, as well as the woke movement, Black Lives Matter. I feel like a lot of fans are turned off by the woke movement and Black Lives Matter. And I'm not going to go into full details about that. You guys can check out what I have talked in yesterday's video. And another reasoning why I feel like, this deal hasn't been done yet is the simple fact that when you look at Skip and Shannon, their relationship is not as strong as it once was 5 years ago. All right. And I explained to you guys in detail why that relationship isn't the same. You have seen these guys take personal shots at each other in the studio. Both of these guys are really not promoting one another. Shannon Sharpe has a YouTube channel called Club Shay Shay, and he has interviewed tons of people, but he hasn't even interviewed his co-star over there at Undisputed, which is Skip Bayless. And Skip Bayless, I'm pretty sure he have asked, and Skip Bayless has respectfully declined. Now, I feel like this relationship is fractured. And I feel like Skip Bayless is really grown tiresome of Shannon Sharpe's act. Shannon Sharpe has really adopted his fanfare, his fandom on social media. He has become more of a character. If you look at Shannon Sharpe's first year at Undisputed and you compare it to his fifth year, well, his third year or fourth year at Undisputed, it is like night and day. Okay. Now he's using a lot of shenanigans. He's using more shenanigans on the show. Skip Bayless has grown tiresome of it. Now, there's one point that Skip Bayless loved some shenanigans here and there from Shannon Sharpe, but I feel like Skip Bayless has really been turned off from Shannon Sharpe. And if you've been noticing, guys, he has not been playing along with a lot of Shannon Sharpe shenanigans, like the black and mild thing, and the Henny and the Hennessy and all that. He has really not played a part in those shenanigans, and I think that turns and rubs Skip Bayless the wrong way. I feel like Skip Bayless' relationship with Stephen A. Smith is a lot better than Shannon Sharpe. Now, one could say, yeah, he's known Skip. He have known Shannon Sharpe. Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith have known each other, okay, more than Shannon Sharpe. But you have to put in retrospect that he's working with Shannon Sharpe, and you kind of want to have a relationship with the person that you work with. Otherwise, your 9 to 5 days with them is going to be very stressful, all right, and very toxic. And I can also point to you guys, and I forgot to mention this in yesterday's video, the incident with Jenny Taft and Skip Bayless going back and forth. And I remember when Jenny Taft was going back and forth with Shannon Sharpe, particularly with, I forgot what the story was about. I apologize. I believe it was an athlete who was being accused of assaulting a woman. And the facts domestic violence. Yeah, it was domestic violence. And the facts wasn't fully out. No one really knew 100% about this story. And Jenny Taft was making the assumption of, well, look, they should just suspend him. Okay. And because he's a high profile athlete. And Shannon Sharpe was making the comment that, are we going to do that for lawyers, doctors, police officers? Okay. And, I remember Skip Bayless supporting Shannon Sharpe's, opinion on that. However, when Jenny Taft was going back and forth with Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharpe didn't say anything. And I feel like when I saw that clip of that video, I felt like this relationship is not the same like it was when they first established a relationship over there at Undisputed. So, fast forward to part 2. I don't want to make this video of, an overview of part 1 when I want to talk about something fresh and different. So, fast forward to the contract with Shannon Sharpe. Still, Shannon Sharpe has not signed an extension with Fox Sports 1. And there's no give and take from either side. Either side is firm in their beliefs, and either side is not going to take less. Now, I feel like Fox Sports 1 has a lot of things riding along them why, they're not going to give Shannon Sharpe the same amount of money that they gave Skip Bayless, or close to what Skip Bayless is making. One, they already have their cash cow at Fox Sports 1. Okay? The eyeballs are, believe it or not, I know a lot of people are going to disagree with what I'm about to say. No matter if you love him or hate him, people are going to gravitate to Skip Bayless. because they want to hear what Skip Bayless is going to say next. That's what makes the show work, Undisputed. It's not because of Jenny Taft. It's not because of Shannon Sharpe. If either of those people leave Undisputed, Undisputed is going to make the same ratings, okay? They're not going to make less. They're not going to make more, okay? I don't care what you believe in that theory. Love it or hate it, it's the truth, okay? So they already have their cash cow tied in at Fox Sports 1. So they hold the leverage at that point. They really don't need Shannon Sharpe. Okay? Another thing is they have signed, and I think I'm gonna butcher his name. And if I do butcher his name, you guys know I butcher everybody's names. So sorry. I believe if I'm pronouncing it right, Emmanuel Acho. If I butcher it, I apologize. He's already been signed at Fox Sports. They got him on Speak for Yourself. He does segments here and there on their other shows. And Fox Sports 1 is very impressed with Emmanuel Acho. Acho is less substance when it comes to shenanigans. He's more so on an intellectual level. And I'm not saying Shannon Sharpe isn't. But Emmanuel Acho is more of a thinker, has a perspective that the majority of their viewership and their viewership base could understand and identify. Really doesn't matter your gender or your economical background or your race. I feel like wealthy black men and women, as well as wealthy white males and white women, or the poorest ones, male and black African American males and white males can identify to Emmanuel Acho's opinions and his thought process. Okay, I'm not saying that they're going to necessarily always agree with him. So on an intellectual level, I feel like him debating against Skip Bayless can be very challenging for Skip Bayless. Also, Emmanuel Acho does his homework. He was a former player, similar to what Shannon Sharpe is. Not to say Shannon Sharpe does not do his homework, but when they're debating, Shannon Sharpe always changed the narrative and change the topic, okay, instead of addressing the topic. I feel like Emmanuel Acho will do less of that, okay? I feel like whatever Skip Bayless is talking about, whether is LeBron James the GOAT or not, is Tom Brady the GOAT, Michael Jordan topics, or just general sports topics, I feel like Emmanuel Acho can follow along and debate very successfully with Skip Bayless than a Shannon Sharpe. Sometimes Shannon Sharpe tries to switch the topics, okay, and try to fit it in a narrative where it's going to make him look good, all right, instead of just challenging and attacking the question that Skip Bayless has. Okay. Now there have been insiders that have been saying that, normally these guys debate one another off camera. So both of these guys know what each side is getting ready to say. So when they go live, okay, Skip Bayless knows what Shannon Sharpe's going to say. Shannon Sharpe's going to know what Skip Bayless is going to say. And I feel, a lot of people are saying, those meetings, they don't do as much together behind the scenes. All right. Skip Bayless has even admitted it in a recent interview when, he's over there at Fox Sports 1, where the producers call him and tell him what's the subject, what they're going to be talking about, and pumps him with information before he even goes into Fox Sports 1. And that's different than what Skip Bayless is used to or accustomed to, because when he used to debate against Stephen A. Smith at First Take, he would go in, and him and Stephen A. Smith will go through the topics, and they will tell them, and they'll tell each other their PowerPoints, their pros and their cons, and what they're going to say um, at the live show. And it's different with him and Shannon Sharpe. Now, I don't know if Shannon Sharpe is, depending what area he lives in, or what area Skip Bayless lives in, maybe it's kind of difficult to get both of them in there at the same time. Maybe it's travel, maybe it's traffic. I heard LA traffic is tough. Maybe it's because of that. Or maybe it's because they have other obligations and they just can't consistently do that on a day in and day out basis, keeping a consistent schedule where they can just go in the meeting rooms and they can discuss and they can chop it up and chop it up with them and figure out what each side is going to say. Or maybe it's just because that the relationship is so deteriorated, it's not what it once was when they first started Undisputed. Also, Skip Bayless speaks very highly of Emmanuel Acho. And Fox Sports 1, the powers that be speak very highly of Emmanuel Acho. Emmanuel Acho is on Speak for Yourself, and Speak for Yourself is pretty much the last show of the rotation of Fox Sports 1. I don't think a lot of people watch Speak for Yourself. Remember now, this show was one of the agreements how they got Colin Cowherd. Colin Cowherd wants the herd in the morning, and he wanted to do Speak for Yourself in the afternoon. As time moved along, Colin Cowherd got a little tired of doing both shows, and due to his recent health, he's really unable to do both shows. And as the years went on, slowly but surely, Colin Cowherd exit stage left from Speak for Yourself. And at first, they got Marcellus Wiley from ESPN to debate alongside Jason Whitlock. And then they got rid of Jason Whitlock, and in comes Emmanuel Acho. And those brothers are doing a good job over there at Speak for Yourself. I just don't think Speak for Yourself is in the immediate future of Fox Sports 1, because one of the agreements that they decided with Stephen A. Smith of Skip Bayless when he signed that extension is he also going to have his own show on Fox Sports 1, meaning that he's probably going to have a late afternoon show by himself. He's going to do Undisputed in the morning, and he's going to do his afternoon show later on, similar to what Stephen A. does over there at ESPN. He does First Take in the morning. I don't know if he still has his radio show. I don't think so. And he does the Stephen A. World on ESPN Plus. Skip Bayless is going to do Undisputed in the morning and do his afternoon show later on. Now, this new show there's no timetable on when Skip Bayless' new show is going to debut, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be in this fall. Okay. And Fox Sports 1 has been shuffling the deck. They've been moving people around, similar to what ESPN is doing, similar to what all of the Alphabet network that's mainly sports is doing. They're just moving personalities around, shuffling the deck. If that personality doesn't work, they don't re-sign them. Look, and I feel like it's all due to the fact of sports entertainment and sports media is not it's not as big as it once was 10 or 20 years ago. It's now have moved further back into the back pages. And I feel like the reasonings behind that is, like I said earlier in this video, the pandemic. And two, I feel like people have been turned off to sports. All right. And that can be a multitude of things other than the woke movement or Black Lives Matter, or maybe the pandemic and the restrictions. People are scared to attend live sports games because of what's going on with COVID and things of that nature. I feel like a lot of those things I just listed are reasons why, sports media has been, and sports entertainment has suffered. When you look at the movie industry, it had a brief moment when it was struggling. Okay, the struggle was real with movies and television shows and things of that nature. People didn't know how to perceive and how to move during this pandemic, but everyone is figuring it out. And now these blockbuster movies are slowly but surely are going to the movie theaters, and some of these movies have a choice where you can watch it at home if you are subscribed to one of these services, or you can go to the movie theaters. All right. AMC had to shut down a lot of movie theaters last year because of the pandemic. Okay. But there have been a quick turnaround in the movie industry. Okay. And the movie industry has taken a hit as well. Okay. And the television industry as well. So, I feel like sports is not at a good place right now. Sports media, sports entertainment is not really at a good place right now. And the struggle is real with a lot of these networks. Okay. It's not an ESPN thing. I know a lot of people say that, well, ESPN, they're struggling over there. Well, guess what? Turner Sports is struggling. They have gotten rid of people. Fox Sports 1 is struggling. They have gotten rid of a lot of people. And the pocketbook straps are tightening. They're not signing anybody to no ridiculous money no more, all right? Because of the revenue and the ratings, okay? So they really, when you look at Fox Sports 1, they're looking at it as, we'd love to have Shannon Sharpe with us and remain with our family, but we can do bad by our damn selves, okay? Signing Shannon Sharpe isn't a major deal. Okay. They're going to still get the same views whether Shannon Sharpe is there or not. Fox Sports 1 is looking at it as, okay, look, let's explore our options. If Shannon Sharpe does not accept this extension, eventually there's an end to this road. And if both sides have not budged, then we're going to have to move on. Who is a replacement for Shannon Sharpe that we already have under our umbrella? And I feel like Emmanuel Acho will be a perfect replacement for Shannon Sharpe. Now, the viewers who watch Undisputed for Shannon Sharpe, a lot of those viewers are much older. A lot of those viewers have seen Shannon Sharpe as an athlete. Okay. I feel like they're going to lose the majority of that fan base. Okay. However, Emmanuel Acho has a following too. Okay. And a lot of people watch Emmanuel Acho play football. And they have grown to like Emmanuel Acho. They're going to support Emmanuel Acho if he's the new debate partner for Skip Bayless. I feel like it's gonna bring new excitement, a new atmosphere, a new way on how they're going to debate. Now, there's pros and cons to everything. I feel like the shenanigans, the entertainment that Shannon Sharpe brings to Undisputed, Emmanuel Acho is not going to bring that. Okay, so they're going to struggle with that. They're going to have here and there comedic moments, okay? They're going to throw their little sticks, their little jokes, and I feel like the majority of them are going to be corny jokes. A lot of people are going to go, they don't get it, okay? But when it comes to debating and information, I feel like, it's going to get better, particularly with the debates. All right. I feel like Emmanuel Acho is going to, is when he debates Skip Bayless. I feel like Emmanuel Acho is going to stick on the topic and be a thorn to the side of Skip Bayless, because Emmanuel Acho is going to do his homework. Not to say that Shannon Sharpe wasn't. And Emmanuel Acho is going to bring a lot of intellect in these discussions. Not to say Shannon Sharpe wasn't. Okay? I just feel like the conversation is going to be a lot better, a lot smoother. It's going to be less shenanigans, and it's going to be pros and cons with it. All right. But I feel like ultimately, Undisputed is going to continue to still have the same ratings with or without Shannon Sharpe, due to the part of they have already signed Skip Bayless. Now, I said in yesterday's video, Fox Sports 1 is in the same situation as ESPN and all the other sports networks. Now, they're not going to sign, they're not going to give Skip Bayless the sun, the moon, the stars on his contract and do the same thing for Shannon Sharpe. Because if they give them the same amount of money, then they're going to expect different results. Okay, they're not going to stand pat and stand by with the ratings that they currently have as of right now. If you're going to sign both of those guys to the same contract, okay, then you're going to expect more from those guys. And I feel like they're already at their apex. I feel like they can't go any higher than what they are right now. And I feel like they're doing a great thing over there at Undisputed. But you also have to understand ESPN is in more markets than Fox Sports 1. I don't think a lot of people realize that. And you have to look at it as in a business type of way. If Undisputed has been on the air for 5 years, and still ESPN dominates the market, okay, with Skip and Shannon. So after 5 years, you haven't stolen the market from ESPN, and ESPN is still in market in more markets. ESPN is still being seen in more homes than Fox Sports 1. And you have given this 5 years and it still hasn't changed, then what makes you think it's going to change anytime soon? All right. Sometimes you have to accept your reality. And Fox Sports 1 is accepting their reality. Okay. So they're looking at it as, look, we don't really need both of these guys and spend and just throw money at both of these guys. We can just throw money at one guy, which is Skip Bayless, that we lured away from ESPN. And we're good. We'll just find somebody that can debate alongside him. Or we can just do what's similar to what ESPN doing with Stephen A. Smith, which is Stephen A. Smith has a different guest each and every day. I saw yesterday Monday I saw Michael Irvin debate Stephen A. Smith. I feel like this is going to be the new concept, the new format on Mondays during the football season. Is going to be Michael Irvin. I don't know who they're going to have when basketball starts. It's not going to, it could be Perk, or it can be somebody that's a former athlete of the NBA, like a Dwayne Wade. Maybe Dwayne Wade. I think he's still signed with, even if he's with Turner, he should be able to come into the studio and spend one day, Mondays or Tuesdays or whatever, with to debate against Stephen A. Smith. I feel like that's going to be the new format for ESPN. And Fox Sports 1 is looking at this and going, hey, it's working for them and they changed their format. How come it can't work for us? Okay. So that's my reasoning behind Shannon Sharpe. Unfortunately, this is not going to end very well. And I feel like in the fall, we're going to get a decision on whether or not they're going to sign Shannon Sharpe. And it's September, and still no word on Shannon Sharpe's contract with Fox Sports 1. Now, like I said, when I upload this video, maybe there's some breaking news that's going to come down the pipe suggesting that they sign Shannon Sharpe to a long-term contract, or they decided to part ways with Shannon Sharpe, okay? And where does it go from here for Shannon Sharpe? I feel like Shannon Sharpe is a commodity that a lot of networks are willing to, would love to have Shannon Sharpe, but is Shannon Sharpe going to take less to go to those networks? He's in a similar situation like Maria Taylor. Okay, Maria Taylor wanted Stephen A. money, and I just didn't see that happening. And she signed with NBC Sports, and I know for a fact that she's not making Stephen A. money at NBC Sports. She took very less to go to NBC Sports, and I feel like the same thing is going to happen with Shannon Sharpe. I feel like if the deal is not done with Fox Sports 1, I can see Shannon Sharpe going, maybe doing Showtime Sports, or having his podcast play on Showtime Sports. I don't see him with Turner, because Turner, even though he's quite knowledgeable in basketball, I mean, if you get Shannon Sharpe, you're really getting him for what he knows about the NFL. I can possibly see him at NBC, or like I said in a video a couple of weeks back, the possibility of him going to ESPN. Let's just say hypothetically that this new format that they have is not working to the standards that they're looking at. Who's to say ESPN would say, well, look, and they can feel like, ESPN can look at it like, look, we tried to get Skip Bayless here and we was unable to do it. This can steal a lot of headlines for us if we take one of Fox Sports 1's stars and sign him to a contract with ESPN and pair him up alongside maybe Stephen A. Smith, or let him have his own show. All right. I can see a possibility of ESPN taking Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe will probably make his same $3 million he was making with Fox Sports 1, maybe a little bit more, but I feel like they can add some incentives to that deal where he can have his very own radio show. He can have 2 shows. He can do First Take. Then he can, and anybody that they sign, they throw them on ESPN Plus, because ESPN Plus as a service is struggling in a major way. So he can have a show on ESPN Plus. I feel like, they will have to, he can either make $3 million or more than $3 million. He's not going to make what Shannon Sharpe is making. He's definitely not going to make what Stephen A. is making, but he's going to make some good money if he goes to ESPN. There's a possibility that he can land at ESPN. All right. But yeah, so that's all I got for this topic. This is the end of part 2, and I'll talk to you guys later. Deuces.